Okay, so for this assignment, I will be going into detail of three tools, services that I use to kind of manage my life and just be more efficient and productive throughout my daily, weekly, monthly life. So, the first, my favorite way to kind of just manage things is to use the whiteboard in my office at work. So, the whiteboard I mainly use for short term goals and goals that are going to be just for throughout the day, nothing that's like throughout like the week really. So what I'll do is if I have like stuff scheduled or just anything throughout the day, like if I have to go to a meeting at 9 and then I have a one-on-one at 11, I will just write all this down on the whiteboard just so I can keep track of it. And it just kind of lets me, as I'm running around, when I come to my desk here and there, I'm like, okay, I got that up next. And what I'll do is when I have completed something, I'll erase it or just cross it out. And the whiteboard I also like too is if I get ideas throughout the day, I'll jot them down on the board, and it just lets me come back to them at a later time that I have time to go through the idea and kind of evaluate on it further or develop it. And it's just really a good little side thing to have. It really isn't for long term tracking or details. It's just kind of a snapshot of where my life is at the moment. Uh, the next favorite thing I like to do is to like manage my time and just set goals is I use Office 365 and it is great. So Office 365 is Microsoft's version of Google Drive. So what this offers is all the Office products: Word, PowerPoint, Excel, OneNote, you name it. Also Outlook, the Outlook calendar app, Teams, everything. So one of my favorite things to use is Teams. So Teams allows you and your colleagues to create a team, and you within this team you could share documents, you can set goals, you name it, it's in there. So, for instance, my team at work, we have a team for deploying new systems campus wide at Nichols. We set a goal for how many we want to do a week, how many you want to do a month, how many you want to do a year, and then as we go through it and get more detailed as time goes on, we will assign, okay, whose system are we going to replace? When are we going to do it? Who comes first? So like department heads that go first over like normal employees, and then student worker computers. They're usually towards the bottom, as they're not there all the time, and employees take precedence. And then we also build into crisis management into there as well. When people's computers die unexpectedly, they jump to the beginning of the list because someone's computer who's working doesn't need to be replaced over somebody who doesn't have a computer at all. But I really like this because it allows us to share and collaborate all at once. The calendar's great. I can say, hey, we can schedule something in 3 weeks. We could schedule something that day. So the calendar's really important. Important. And honestly, it helps me outside of work too. I can schedule doctor's appointments. So I can say, hey, I'm not working this Tuesday 3 weeks from now. Allows me to be more efficient. I don't have to take work off to go to the doctor's. I also do it for simple things like, oh, I'm going out to the movies on Friday night. I'll throw that in there. Oh, it's somebody's birthday. I mean, that really isn't an efficient thing, but it's a good use for it. Lastly, another tool. This is one of my favorite tools to use to set goals is reminders on my phone. So all iPhones come with a reminder app, and what's really neat about it is you could set these goals to be location based. So, for instance, when I get home, I really want to get this paper done. So when I pull in my driveway, up on my phone, it pops up, hey, get this paper done. And it will just do it just knowing that I'm in my house. I also do these for at work, so when I get to work, I'll get these little pop-ups. And you can do this virtually anywhere that you know the location and address for, which is really useful. So I have a ton of location-based areas to set up. What's also useful is you can do it for recurring. So if I want to remember to pay my credit bill every month on the 30th, it will remind me every 30th at 9 a.m. to do this. That way I'm not late, and it just keeps me on track. Also, you can do just daily ones. Hey, you could say your phone, hey, remind me at 3 o'clock to let's say go to the mechanic. You can do that. But what's really good is it lets you set goals, and it allows you to just track what you're doing and just overall be more productive. No one's productive when they're forgetting to do stuff. So by doing these things, it really just sets you up for success, and it's just little things that help you in your day-to-day life to give you that little extra push. I hope these work as well for others as they do for me. I know the iPhone one's definitely my favorite because I'm very forgetful. But Office 365, any Nichols faculty, staff, student should use because it is a very expensive resource that the school gives them for free. But thank you.